Saturday night's alright for fighting. No, it's not. It's not alright for fighting. It's not alright for watching wrestling. In fact, no night is alright for watching wrestling, especially AEW, because it all absolutely sucks. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and we are here to...
Sunday, reviewing. God rest on Sunday. We review on Sunday.
Yeah, we never rest here on Fog Entertainment.
Sad life.
Yeah, sad life indeed. We are here on a Sunday to review AEW Collision, which of course happens on a Saturday, because Saturday is alright for fighting. But before we talk about Collision, there was AEW Battle of the Belts number 9, and we ain't watching this show. Look, we've had to watch SmackDown, we've had to watch a TNA pay-per-view, and we've had to watch Collision. I'm not adding another show. I'm just not doing it.
Now, even though Jericho was on this, let's explain.
Now, it was your classic Battle of the Belt show, so we'll quickly go through what happened before we move into Collision. We had 3 title matches, and all the champs remained. Not a title change. They never do a title change. With Big Bill and Ricky Starks defeating Sammy Guevara and Jericho.
Why not just have these 3 matches on Collision, though? Because Collision was full of...
Yeah, why not? And actually try and get a good rating for Collision instead of this shite.
Yep.
Match number 2 with Julia Hart defeat Anna Jay to remain the TBS champion. And in the main event, we had Orange Cassidy defeating Preston Vance to remain the AEW International Champion. No surprise here.
No, you know, Orange
Cassidy never loses. He ain't going to lose.
Couldn't tell you Preston Vance is, so...
I believe he's the guy that has the mask on.
7 out of 10, though. According to wrestling headlines.
He's the guy that wears the mask, but turned heels. He took the mask off. Dark Order.
That's cleared up. Thank you. Let's move on.
Right, let's move on. We get into the Collision then. So we start the show with Edge, and I think Edge has fucking sucked so far in AEW, but we'll talk a little bit more about him in a minute. He comes out and he says it's time for the Cope Open. So basically that's the Adam Copeland Open, where he does an open challenge every week. Lee Moriarty comes out with some black guy doing not a rap, so to speak, but kind of talking him up as he comes to the ring. Edge beats him. We go through a commercial break. Edge beats him with the Benoit crossface. That was it, really. He hit a spear on the other guy on the outside. Edge wins. I mean, who cares here? Edge is claiming that he's putting people over, but is he really? Or is he just picking up W's against nobodies? This isn't... I don't see how Edge having a 10-minute match with people on Collision's putting them over.
No, neither am I. I mean, you look at Darby Allin and Sting teaming up for what, best part of 3 years. Yeah, Darby Allin's got a wee bit more known for it, but see, as soon as Sting retires in next month, he's away the shite again.
6 months' time, no one's going to care about Darby Allin. Not that anybody cares about him right now. But yeah, no, for me, Adam Copeland is doing a horrible job in AEW right now. I'm just not interested in him whatsoever. Should have stayed in WWE. Hell, maybe even if he went to TNA, I'd have more interest. But I think his AEW run's been shit. It's really even on the mic. Last week and this week, he's taking on nobodies, and he says he's trying to put them over, but he's bashing them at the same time. That's not putting somebody over.
He talks about like, oh, you know, I can do a 5-minute match for them, and I can do something where it means more than a 20-minute match. 5, 20, 30 an hour, it's not doing anything for me, is it? I mean, it's just a match. He wins. It's like, yo, I'm not suggesting that Edge should lose these matches, but he's trying to say he's going to do it. I mean, you're just beating them. And then at the same time, we've touched on it before, he's cutting promos and then burying them.
Yeah, he's basically doing an open challenge, and when someone challenges him, he's like, you don't even deserve to be in the same ring as me. Like, what the, you know, like, I don't really get it, but, I mean, whatever. We go backstage with FTR and Garcia. I think they called them FT Garcia, which is fucking awful.
Cringy. Garbage.
I mean, Daniel Garcia does fit in with these two guys, because neither 3 of these are sports entertainers. I mean, I wouldn't even call them professional wrestlers, but they're definitely not entertaining. They're not entertainers, and the 3 of them are questioning whether they can get along tonight. Who cares? But what's this? We have a 6-man tag main event tonight. Well, don't worry. Match number 2 is also a 6-man tag. I don't know why AEW does this. I really fucking don't.
I don't know why they do it. I don't know why there's an ROH World 6-man Tag Championship, but
and there's also an AEW one as well. I mean, how many belts are on this show? There's way too many belts. Just way too fucking many belts.
And it's like, belts used to mean something in wrestling. Just look at the Mogul Embassy.
They're just handed out now. They're literally handed out. And how many of these people deserve them?
See, when a bum like Eddie Kingston, who, you know, injects himself with heroin and is a fat bum, and he's got a bowling ball for a stomach, holds 3 fucking belts, yet there's a problem.
And he still can't keep his pants up.
Yep.
So it's like, you know, what is happening here?
Buy a fucking belt, big man.
I just don't get it. Buy a belt. I mean, fucking... Tony's dishing them out. Why would you need to buy one?
A real belt.
I mean, we have about... On this roster, you've maybe got like 5 people that are worthy of holding a championship, yet there's about 30 championships, and that's not even a joke, that's not even an exaggeration.
No.
There's about 30 championships to dish out.
And he's got a 10 for them.
It's crazy, man. Anyway, the Mogul Embassy. I mean, who gives a fuck? The Mogul Embassy. Couldn't even tell you who's in it. Defeat Lance Archer and the Righteous. Couldn't even tell you who the Righteous are, but they lost this match, so...
Oh, but guess what? It's alright, they're 7-2.
Yeah, some guy called Nana grabbed the mic and said, "You're looking at the greatest 6-man tag teams of all time." So, I don't know.
What name me a tag team that's referred as the greatest 6-man tag team?
Well, we don't. It's never really happened in WWE, so
yeah, I know the New Day, right? But they're not called a 6. They're called a tag team or a faction.
Why are the Ring of Honor tag team championships or 6-man tag team championships being defended on an AEW show? Now I know Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor, but it just seems cheap. Is he also having AEW titles being defended on Ring of Honor?
Not too. I don't think he would. No, maybe he is. So I don't watch Ring of Honor.
But having 2 sets of 6-man titles, what is the need for that?
I'm not Shayna.
Now I get it, right? The Acclaimed weren't on this show, but so what? I wouldn't even be surprised if the Acclaimed were in the next match defending the AEW 6-man titles, to be fair. No, Tony Khan. Just way too many fucking belts here. None of them mean shit. Right, up next with Willie Mack versus Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes, buddy. Dustin Rhodes hit Willie Mack. I mean, Dustin Rhodes like Willie's, doesn't he? So it makes kind of sense that he'd be in this match.
Beer, Willie.
Hit the crossroads, and then the curtain call. This one is done. I mean, Dustin Rhodes wins. Are we supposed to care? Not really. Dustin Rhodes helps out Willie Mack after the match. He shows sportsmanship. Good for him. Doesn't do nothing for me.
See, before we get into the Christian segment with him, though, see, when you're like a 55-year-old man, can they really still be whipping out my daddy pish?
My daddy.
Like, Dusty Rhodes has been dead, 9 years? I'm not burying him here. I know Christian does, but it's like, you're a 55-year-old fucking man. Can we stop talking about your dad? At least with Cody Rhodes, it's like, it's part of the story, isn't it? He's like 36. It's a bit more believable.
Yeah. Hook arrives at the building, then the Bang Bang Gang accept the Ring of Honor 6-man championship challenge that was made by Prince Nana moments ago. The Collision Cowboys have 2 words for them. Guns up. So, what if they're on Dynamite? What are they going to call themselves?
Dynamite.
The Dynamite Duo?
The Dynamite... Yeah, I don't know what they're going to call themselves.
Like,
Dynamite Diarrhea.
Maybe. Then Renee is backstage with Dustin Rhodes. Christian comes. Christian says that if you're a friend of Adam Copeland, then you're no friend of Christian Cage. Dustin doesn't like the way Christian is talking to him. Tells him to take the bass out of his voice. Dustin says that he wants the TNT Championship. He's chased it ever since he's been in this company. I mean, yeah, that's kind of real. That's kind of legit. He's chased this like second-rate championship and he's never won it.
Yeah, it's quite embarrassing.
Christian then says, you know, that's quite the dream. It's just too bad that his father won't be here to see it. I thought it was pretty good there for Christian.
Christian always burying fathers.
I wonder how Cody Rhodes feels about that. And then Dustin says he's going to tap dance on that ass, and just sounded fucking gay coming from Dustin Rhodes. Like,
you know,
I mean, if he was dressed in gold and doing the that would have probably been the only thing that would have made it worse.
Christian takes the bass out of his voice. Can you take the trans out of your daughter?
If you take the bass out of your voice, I'll take the dick out of your ass. How about that? He's more likely to stick it, innit? Anyway, whatever, let's just move on. It's getting a bit awkward.
Horses on the Titantron up next.
We see the horses trotting.
Bullseye for Toy Story's better than Hangman Page. He doesn't even speak. He just fucking nays
he just licks. Points, doesn't he? And points his
wee man. He spells Andy wrong on his cause, and he's fucking better than this guy.
Hangman Adam Page, the worst AEW World Champion in my opinion, comes out, and I mean, who's he taking on? He's taking on GD Drake. And,
JD Sports.
I mean, last week, there's nothing sport about this guy. JD, fucking, I spend all my time in the pub because I'm a fat bastard. Right, now this guy last week was sharing a ring with Sting. And I thought he was I thought they just found this guy out of nowhere.
The workhorseman.
I thought this guy had literally just been plucked off the streets. Enhancement, local talent. But it turns out he must actually have a contract because he was taking on Hangman Page tonight. I don't know if these two guys are from Ring of Honor or what, but yeah, GD Drake versus a Hangman Page. Take it away. What's your thoughts on it?
There's fat and then there's fat. This guy, I mean, you can make fat intimidating. We've seen it before in wrestling. And it's the fact he's going with the moniker of the Workhorseman. I mean, come on, we've buried the Horseman before, but you look at the Nature Boy and Arn Anderson, and imagine if Arn Anderson was this guy's size and Ric Flair's talking about, oh, I sleep with anyone, and Arn Anderson's fucking bouncing about with a stomach this size. What? No, Ric Flair takes offence to pretty much everything. See, not taking offence to this. This guy's using half of his name, his faction.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, it's a complete rip-off into the Four Horsemen.
Like, his stomach doesn't even, go in.
I mean, this guy's the size of 4 men, or at least 3, so if you add in Anthony Henry, there's the 4.
See when he's taking, pins? Like, the opponent who's pinning him is about 10 foot off the ground because his stomach's lifting him.
Well, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying if you're a professional wrestler you can't be fat. But a lot of people that are fat use it towards their size to make them intimidating, to be that big, hard to defeat heel. But this guy doesn't come across like that. He just comes across as a fat man.
There's one use and one use for this guy only. Sin Cara's trampoline on the way to the ring. Bounce off his foot.
Hang on, man. He'd overshoot the ring. He'd crash through the announce table.
Break his fingers and
yeah,
right off, wouldn't it?
Nah, this guy, too much bounce on that stomach there. Anyway, Hangman Page wins. Let's bounce into the next segment. We had the debut of Deonna Purrazzo versus
Now this is a star. Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, Deonna Purrazzo comes out. Nobody really cares. I mean, I shit you not. She comes out. The crowd are dead. It's not a great entrance. We just get a generic Titantron in the back. She comes out with some sort of purple lilac robe, and I mean, it wasn't a silky robe. It didn't look like a Ric Flair robe. It looked like a robe you would buy for the dollar store.
Like a curtain.
She kind of does the whole get away from me camera thing, even though I believe she's supposed to be a face. She's doing heel mannerisms, and when she's coming to the ring, Tony Schiavone says, now this is a star, and he didn't believe it. We certainly didn't believe it. I don't know if he's been fed this line by Tony Khan or if he's just sitting there depressed and he's desperately trying to help Deonna Purrazzo here, but it didn't work. It didn't feel legit. It didn't feel sincere. I mean, it felt he was pushing a lie.
I mean, when you're the 4th best woman in TNA, you can't be a star in 2024.
No, you really can't. And then from the kitchen, Red Velvet comes out. I guess because you can bake cakes in the kitchen and there's a red velvet cake and she's called Red Velvet. I think that's where they're getting the whole from the kitchen.
Aye. I like red velvet cake, but this match was...
Instead of from Hell's Kitchen or Kitchen New York, it's your mama's kitchen. It's
we're talking about actual stars on this show.
No.
Edge and Christian are the only two.
And Edge ain't looking like one these days.
People, what about Dustin? Dustin Rhodes is being mid-card for life.
Edge just doesn't look like a star these days. He
just doesn't. But obviously,
I tell you what, Christian Cage has done a good job of going to this company and still carrying himself as a star. He looks like a star, talks like a star. Edge, on the other hand, Edge comes across as a mark who's coming out to have good matches with people. I mean, fuck off, Edge.
And they're not even good.
No, they're shit. Anyway, Deonna Purrazzo wins. I mean, side armbar, velvet taps out. There you go, good for her. Up next, we have Hook versus KM. I don't know who KM is, doesn't really matter. Hook wins in about 30 seconds.
Where's the segments on this show? It's just match after. Christian appears and it's right, let's just do matches then.
Hook's getting a shot against Joe. Shouldn't we get some sort of interview or build-up or questions or something?
He's probably got to go finish his homework.
No, but I mean, Tony Khan can talk about this 28, and I guess, well, now it's 29-1 record. Who's Hook beat? Who the fuck is he beat?
No one.
Name it.
No one.
He's beat Jungle Boy Jack Perry, who was fucking released and got his ass put by CM Punk. That's not impressive.
It's a fake record, Tony. Right? You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if Tony gave this guy the belt. He's fucking delusional.
Just to up one on Tony Khan.
Oh, look, his record does mean something.
Just to try and get one over on Jinder.
Aye, don't hinder the gender.
Nah, well, someone needs to hinder Hook. Hang the Hook. Hang it up and don't take it back down.
You know what? I actually think WWE won't do it right, but Tony, why not? Why not try something? Give Hook the fucking belt.
What, and just shaft Joe?
I shaft fucking Joe.
Why don't you put...
I'd rather Rollins get shafted, but there's no chance Jinder wins.
Just put Joe and JD Drake in a team.
True. Could do that, couldn't you?
So when stomachs collide.
When stomachs collide.
Fucking Big Bang Theory or something. Anyway, up next, match number 7 and the main event. It was FT Garcia versus the House of Black. I mean, the good thing about the House of Black is normally they come out and Julia Hart's with them and she's hot, but she's not been with them the last couple of weeks, so therefore I don't have much interest.
Just top killer, fucking Brody King out there.
Yeah, I mean, Aleister Black, I mean...
All this company does, though, is with Coalition, they throw FTR in the main event. It's like, I have a 50-minute match.
And hope for the best. Every week, that's it. It's almost like FTR.
Oh, we're draws. No. You're like draws.
Paralysed?
Aye, shite.
I like draws.
He's gonna puke. Yeah, draws is a bigger draw than these two.
Give me draws over any of these guys.
R.I.P.
Aye, rest in peace, draws. I like draws. A good guy. Very entertaining as well. And it was nice to see how he actually made money at wrestling. I remember watching him in his house and he was going around and he had this like buggy and stuff like that. And it was good to see that he had a good life while it lasted after his accident with D'Lo Brown, unfortunately. But we can't talk about draws because that was good times. I don't mean when he got hurt, but I mean in general back then was good times. This is bad times.
It's good era. Part of a great era.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? No offense, I don't mean that's in a bad way to draws, but I would much rather be a jobber in a good era than be one of the fake stars in this fucking new era.
Yeah.
I think I have more respect, and for me, Ataka Michinoku will go down better in history than anybody in this company.
High and Tie's better than FTR. Choppy, your PP.
Anyway, I wish someone would chop this main event and just chop it for the show. House of Black, you have Aleister Black comes out, they got the entrance, he's got the tattoos, he's got the face painting this, he's got the dodgy looking eye, but that's it. And from an appearance standpoint, he looks kind of cool, but there's nothing else to him. There's nothing else to him.
I think the days of tattoos being like for, cool people have long gone. I think they were frowned upon in the past, and it was almost like you were a serious motherfucker if you got them.
And now everyone's
like
got
your teardrops, or like Randy Orton, Batista. They suit tattoos. These guys are just like a fucking colouring book.
Well, what's your thoughts on this guy? What? Aleister Black.
He's a bum.
Right.
I mean, honestly, he comes out with the glass eye and he's pissed. I don't like any House of Black.
I think he looks the part, but he's just not. He's got nothing.
No.
He's got nothing outside of the look. They've never expanded on his character. They've never gave him a personality.
I know we bury Bray Wyatt's work for being repetitive. But
Bray Wyatt's way better than Aleister Black.
He needs something like that.
Why is Aleister Black never went down that?
Joe Gacy, something like that, just to back up the 50-minute matches.
I would say Joe Gacy's better than Aleister Black from what I've seen.
Well, obviously in the mic, in the ring.
No, well,
I don't care.
Joe Gacy looks like G.D. Drake a wee bit.
He does.
Mini version of him.
Joe Gacy.
I think Aleister Black looks alright, but I think he's got the look, but outside of that, he's got nothing.
He's got nothing.
You got nothing left. Anyway, House of Black won because last week FTR won, therefore got to have some 50-50 booking. Yeah, House of Black win.
You gotta have some conviction.
Then the House of Black attack Mark Menard. He's the guy that always looks like he's on, some sort of drugs. He gets attacked, he gets thrown in the ring, he gets saved.
It's who's though, Joe. It's like, let's just fire everyone out there.
Fire everyone out there and hope someone draws a rating.
No, why is he out there?
I don't know, he was doing commentary.
Why?
I don't know, it's nothing in common with any of these guys, but there you go. He gets thrown in the ring.
Yeah, Farley told him to meet him out there for a wee bag.
A wee stash. FTR then get in with a couple of steel chairs and save him. Some bad steel chair swings here if you want.
Brody King goes to punch it, skims it. Then there's like an awkward delay of 2 seconds where I think Daniel Garcia has to hit him in the back. You know what? There's no in between with AEW. It either looks fake or they injure each other. That's the reality.
Well, I'm not going to bash them for injuries because lately WWE's been piling up injuries on their own, so it's like...
No, absolutely, but I think WWE as a whole have got way safer workers. I think AEW, it either looks fake Or they get injured.
But if we're being perfectly honest, see that Grayson Waller, that's an accident.
Oh,
That is an accident.
yeah.
Whereas every time you actually see it, like every time Darby Allin's in the ring, you feel like there's an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah, like when they threw Darby Allin the other day, it's like, it's not really an accident. Yeah, you can say they misjudged it, but he's that delusional. He's probably went, I just fucked me over the side of the ring.
Yeah, that's only once I've really seen Grayson, Austin Theory or
It
Carmelo
was a
Hayes.
slip.
Yeah, it happens to the best of them.
Most of the other times it's in AEW, it's them fucking kneeing each other in the face and doing moves off ladders and
Sting,
the back of their domes cracking off concrete.
50-foot scorpion death drops. I mean, for what? Seriously, for fucking what? Anyway, Sting, hopefully he can make it to his last match. If he keeps going the way he's going, then... By the way, no Sting and Ric Flair on this show. Last week, we had Sting and Ric Flair cutting a promo. Woo! And what did we get this week? We got nothing. We got absolutely nothing. I mean, we got Christian Cage saying that the Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream's dead. That was...
I'm giving this show a 1 because the Christian and Dustin Rhodes segment was actually good. I would go as far as saying it was good. Even though I don't like the fact they keep mentioning Dusty Rhodes when he's like, this guy's like 50 odds, but anyway, it was still good.
Anything else on the show that was good, or?
No, I mean, they've got Edge and he just feels like a part of the furniture. And they didn't utilise the title matches. Hook, number 1 contender, throwaway match.
Also, I noticed Edge and Christian were on the same show here,
And no interaction.
but they didn't interact with each other. So I thought that was a bit strange.
That's awful storytelling, though.
Yeah, no, I thought that was strange that we're both on the same show.
I get it. That's the problem, though. I think this company don't know how to end stories. It's almost like it never happened. Like
I don't think the story has ended though. I think Edge still wants Christian. Or maybe it has ended and he's just decided to do
Any friend of Christian is a friend of mine.
Maybe it's just going to continue in the Cope Open for the next 6 months. Who knows? Anyway, guys, that's it. I'm giving it a 1 as well. It wasn't a good show. I tell you what, 0.5 less than what TNA got last week. Could that be a sign of things to come for this company? Perhaps, maybe. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Until then, we've been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching. 1 out of 10. Peace.